The oil-rich country of Kazakhstan has set a strategic goal to become one of the world's 30 largest economies in the world by the year 2050. Central to this vision is the capital city of Astana. Astana is a new city. It emerged virtually out of nothing when it was declared as capital in 1997 and has developed rapidly since then. But the growth story isn't over. An ambitious and heavily funded plan is underway to make Astana not only the commercial, financial, and cultural heart of Kazakhstan, but also of Central Asia. We'll take a tour of this youthful but highly aspirational city and find out how it intends to assert itself on the world stage and rise up the ranks of investment destinations. Join me as we go on location. Spanning across Eurasia and sharing borders with both China and Russia, Kazakhstan is the 9th largest country in the world by land territory. Though the economy has been dominated by resources, an economic slowdown and declining commodity prices have focused minds on the merits of diversification. A dramatic decline in the value of its currency, after the government decided to allow it to float, will give further urgency to efforts to bolster the economy. Fortunately, efforts to boost trade have been gathering steam, with the country recently joining the WTO and playing a founding role in the Eurasian Economic Union. On the fDi front, a revised investment law is on the books, and new incentives have been introduced to attract investors into priority projects. Meanwhile, special economic zones are being developed across the country, centered around the Astana New City (SEZ) in the capital. The hope is that the capital can serve as a model for the rest of the country as it pursues its development path.
Our city is a very young and dynamic growing city. The capital has been moved since 1997, and since then the city shows very dynamic growth. Its investment increased 20 times. The size of the city increased, population increased.
The plan is for even more growth, not only in the number of permanent residents, but also in visitors. With only a short history as a major city, Astana has not had heritage sites or the kind of iconic attractions that can draw in visitors on a large scale. But the city's role as host of a number of upcoming international events, most notably Expo 2017, is expected to increase its visibility. A recent relaxing of visa requirements at the national level could also help. The largest of the upcoming events is Expo 2017, an international exhibition which will have the theme of future energy, a topic of special interest to Kazakhstan, which has set ambitious targets for increasing renewable energy.
Expo 2017 is placed inside our special economic zone. It's now a new part of the city. And the main attraction of Expo is that it will bring up to 3 million tourists just in 3 months who will come and visit our capital. There will be more than 3,000 events happening within this 90-day period.
But tourism is not the only industry that stands to benefit from Expo. Construction is booming as a result of event preparations, fueled also by the fast population growth of the city, and this is creating immediate opportunities for developers.
Astana, I think it is one of the biggest markets, I think, in CIS cities. The market's volume more than $2 billion every year. Annual 1.2 million square meters is built every year in Astana. I think till 2030, I think the city will grow very fast.
After the event, the Expo site will find new purpose as the home of the planned Astana International Financial Center.
Shortly after the announcement by the President of Kazakhstan to develop Astana International Financial Center, National Bank of Kazakhstan with the government of Kazakhstan developed the strategy of Astana International Financial Center for 10 years. This strategy stipulates the capital market, Islamic finance, asset management, alternative investments, and private banking as a core pillars to be developed in the long run within this financial center.
In addition to the physical infrastructure needed for such a project, skills is the other pillar, and to that end, a financial skills training academy is being established. This sits alongside wider efforts to train a new generation of skilled workers, as evidenced by the new Nazarbayev University, which sent its first batch of graduates into the workforce in 2015. Investment incentives provide yet another pillar to Kazakhstan's FDI framework.
Kazakhstan offers to foreign investors different kind of incentives and benefits, and in different regions of Kazakhstan there are different kind of preferences, and for Astana new city special economic zone we have 18 priority activities. Only in Astana new city special economic zones you can get priorities for these activities. All those benefits gives investors a lot of opportunities to be more effective and be competitive in local market.
Originally focused on the construction industry, the zone is now developing other sectors, most notably rail transportation.
So today we are in a Kazé a bit more than 360 people. We target to be in a year from now close to 500 staff as the production is going to increase. So we have a contract currently with the Kazakh Railways that is to supply 495 sections of locomotives. This is a place as well where we can have a very nice and educated workforce, and we are as well at the middle of what we call the logistic crossroads in terms of supply, which is a great advantage for us. The potential in Kazakhstan is good. Despite a little slowdown in the last months, the activity is quite well sustained, and for us, we don't see any major issue to continue to grow in the next 4 or 5 years at least.
A special economic zone is Astana actually give us many preferences. We are released from many taxes to pay, like VAT taxes, tax for the property, land using tax, custom duties. Everything is ready to open here new production, because all the facilities here to start a new production, like electricity, heating, even a railroad near to here.
Free zone officials are making room for yet more companies to join them. An existing industrial park is nearly at capacity, they say, and a second is in the works.
We receive quite big demand from foreign companies. Every week we have several meetings. We have delegations coming from all over the world who are very interested in investing in Kazakhstan and Astana specifically, because of its geographic position, because of its dynamic growth, because of its rising powers in the region, and because of the stability which Kazakhstan shows. So interest is rising day by day. Another factor of Astana being so attractive, in my opinion, is it's in the center of Eurasia. So all the roads in Kazakhstan are linked to Astana as the heart of the country. And Kazakhstan itself is the heart of Eurasia. And all the roads from China to Europe, to Russia, to Iran, to southern countries, they all go through Kazakhstan.
Transportation links with China are becoming a priority as Kazakhstan seeks to exploit its position along this new Silk Road between China and Europe.
And we'll have completely new roads highways, which is going to be actually a paid system for the highways, toll system. The project includes 6-lane highway road from China to the Eastern Europe. And this will, of course, also impact a lot on the economy and the city as well. And this measure had been taken to increase the logistical potential of the country because of its location between China and the Europe. And there's a big potential in that, we see.
It's all part of Kazakhstan's journey, it hopes, towards establishing itself as the preeminent hub for Eurasia, with the capital city leading the way.
Astana is a new capital, it's a young capital. And nevertheless, we say that our capital is an inspiration for the whole nation, The big ideas is, big decisions are made here, and our country is developing very rapidly. There is a lot of young, energetic guys who are trying to implement their ideas, they implement their projects. So I think Astana has a great future.
Astana started out as just a vision, as an ambition on a grand scale. And looking around, one can see it's a place that's still very much unfinished. The city has seen an influx of people and a flurry of construction activity, but there's a lot more still to come. This site here, where the pavilions for the Expo are being built, will host Astana's International Financial Center and will add yet another new layer to the city's ever-evolving growth story. It's of course all part of Kazakhstan's continuing efforts to turn the eyes of the world in its direction. And the country's capital city is working hard to make sure it makes the most of its moment in the spotlight. Now I hope you've enjoyed this tour of Astana. Join me next time to see where we go on location.